Hi loves, I am back with another video. I shared with you starting in this new year, I'm going to try my best to post more videos, be much more consistent this year. So this is my second video that I've posted this year so far. So today, as you saw in the subject or the caption, these are going to be my best plant tips for you. This video is geared towards more of those who are considered new beginners, babies, you know, you're not grandpa or mama or mother, daddy, whatever. You are a baby, and that's okay. We all have to start somewhere at some time, okay? Okay, so if you are interested in watching this video, hold up real quick. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like button and show me some support, and keep on watching. Alright guys, so there are about, I actually typed this up for you guys because I love you guys so much. I want you to have the best, and I want you to also know that these are the tips that worked for me. Everybody may have different tips or techniques that may work for them, but these are the ones that work for me. I had success with these tips, okay? So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 tips, okay? And I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, all right? Okay, so the first tip I wanted to share with you that, you know, when you have a plant, you know, the technique I learned is to make sure, like, water, you know, it's good to not water your plants as much. Like in most cases, water less, not more. Okay, so it's the plant is healthier for the plant to have less water than to be overwatered, if that makes sense in most cases. Okay, if you overwater a plant, you know, and you keep watering and watering and watering, and that plant's gonna die. So it's better to wait in between and water your plant. Okay, if you're unsure about, you know, whether it's time to water, I usually like to water my plant once a week. In the winter time, maybe I like to spread that out a little bit more, but in the summertime, about once a week, or, you know, every 5 days. If you're unsure, make sure you stick your finger in the soil about 1 inch deep. Inch and a half deep, to see if the soil feels dry. If it feels dry, then you may want to water your plant. If it's still kind of moist, then wait a few more days. And if you're not sure, it doesn't hurt to wait a few more days to water your plant. The other thing is also you want to look at the bottom holes in the plant, the bottom holes, and try to look and see if the roots, where the roots are, if it's kind of dry or if it looks kind of moist. If it's dry, then water your plant. If it's moist, then you may want to wait a few days. Also, some plants feel very light. If you feel a light plant, then you may want to water it. If it feels kind of heavy, then wait a little bit to water that plant. The next tip is, and remember, this works for me. These are the tips that I've tried, and it worked for me. The next tip is, make sure you want to repot your plant every 6 months to a year. It's good to give your plants fresh soil. Some plants do like to be root bound, and what root bound is, they like to kind of be all on top of each other, and the roots all together and just bounded, like stuck together. A lot of plants do like to be root bound. So if you do change your plants to new soil, make sure, I mean, just a FYI, your plant may have a little shock, and it may kind of be like, have an attitude and be like, what is she doing to me? Okay, she's crazy. Just be a little patient, and the plant will start to kind of become more familiar to its new environment and flourish. Okay, so just be a little bit patient. It may have a shock. Also, when you're repotting your plants, you want to go up 2 inches bigger than the pot that it was in. So if you have a 4-inch planter, the next appropriate planter can be a 5-inch, but usually I like to do every 2, so I like to do a 6-inch. If you have a 6-inch, 8-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch. So you always want to kind of go up 1 to 2 sizes from the old planter that it was in. Now, if you have a 4-inch pot and it goes up and you get like a 10-inch pot, that plant gonna die, because guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna overwater it and it dies. So that's very important. The next thing, also, you want to do some research about your plants. A good beginner's tip, if you live in an apartment with little sunlight, maybe you want to get plants that thrive in little to no sunlight. If you live in an area where it's a lot of sunlight coming in, bright sunlight, you may want to get some plants that love bright sunlight. You would think that all plants love bright sunlight, but they don't. Some plants can get burnt out to the sunlight. Like I have a Monstera adansonii, or adansonii. I can never say the word correctly. But, that plant kind of got burnt in the direct sunlight. So be careful with the plants that you're buying if you live in a bright sunlight area where, where it's getting a lot of that exposure, because your plant can get burnt and start to turn yellow and brown. So be careful with that. Snake plants, I think it's the Sansevieria family. They don't need a lot of sunlight from my experience, okay? Also, if you live in a drier climate, or your home is more drier, on the drier side, make sure you take that in consideration. I've had two plants, a Caletheia tricolor, I think, Caletheia tricolor, or Stromathane tricolor plant, and that plant needs lots of humidity. So, in a drier climate, it's not going to do the best or show you its most beautiful leaves or foliage. If you live in a drier climate though, and you do have plants that are more tropical plants or need humid, or more humidity, you can buy a humidifier, but sometimes that's just too much work sometimes. So I try to get plants that don't need a lot of humidity. Also keep in mind, these plants, they have a lot of great benefits. They ain't just pretty, they offer, they cleanse the air, purify the air, detox the air, all of that. They offer a lot. Some plants even suck up that, it's like something with the nail polish scent. Some plants suck up that fume. So do your research more. Be curious about plants. They're not just beautiful, they offer much more. Also remember, respect the struggle, okay? These plants are nature. They're natural. They can't sit pretty all day, honey. Sometimes they need a back rub. Sometimes they need to be relaxed. Okay, we don't look pretty all the time as humans, do we? No. So sometimes the plant is going to have a yellow leaf or brown leaf and get really ugly, and you're going to want to hate it and be like, oh, I should have just got fake plants. So you have to kind of respect the struggle. It's a part of life, I'm the worst person to be saying this because I get so frustrated with my plants. If you follow me, I'll be ready to throw them out. And yes, some of them do get thrown out. Okay, and that leads me to my next subject, my next tip. Don't let them, you do have to have a lot of patience with plants because, especially in the winter time, the plants are dormant. They don't grow a lot. Versus the summertime, they just grow and flourish, and in the wintertime they just don't grow a lot or as fast. So that that kind of frustrates you because it's like you don't get no more gratification until the summer or the spring season. So just have patience and don't let them stress you out. Sometimes honey, if a plant is acting up really bad, like my former plant, it was a peace lily named Lucy. She acted up so bad, honey, I just couldn't help the sister. Had to thrown her out. Don't feel bad about it. You can either throw her out or give it to somebody, okay? Just shoot. Don't let them stress you out that much. Sometimes it's not worth it, honey. You cost $5.99 and you're not going to stress me out like that for $5. The next thing is also make sure you fertilize your plants. This works for me. Again, I fertilize my plants like typically in the spring and summer climate once a month or once every 2 months when they're growing, and that really helps a lot. Make sure you don't fertilize a lot. Read the instructions. If you over fertilize your plants, all that nitrogen and all that stuff in that fertilizer, it's gonna give the plant too much, and the plant can turn yellow and get sick and die. So be careful with that. It's just like fertilizer, I would say, is like vitamins for humans. Too much vitamins is not good for you. Okay, so be careful with that. Also, almost done here because I didn't want to make a long video. Don't get caught up in the hype on social media. You will see a lot of beautiful plants, honey. They are from the gods. Okay, did you hear that? The gods. You will see a lot of beautiful plants on social media and they look perfect and beautiful, but then when you take Boo Boo home, she does good for 2 weeks, and then after that, you like, well, Heifer, what happened? You was cute when I brought you here. You was cute, then what happened? That happened to me. I bought a beautiful peace lily from Safeway. Safeway really don't specialize in plants. It's a grocery store. But this peace lily was beautiful, honey. She had the little white tulips or pop-pops on her. She was cute. Honey, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, honey, she got into her ugly shell. I got to know her more. She got ugly. And she never sprouted up those little white poo-poops or pee-peeps, whatever you call it. And she just got she got ugly and stayed like that forever. Please go back and look at my old videos. Me and Lucy have had the most challenging relationship. Like, everybody on my channel who follows me, who's been following me for a while, knows about Lucy. Go check her out. She got thrown out. So, you know, if you buy a plant, it's going to be beautiful. But don't get shocked when it comes home to your home and one leaf start falling off here, one's turns brown, one's turned yellow. That is normal, okay? That is a part of the process. Sometimes plants do have a shock to the environment and have to readjust to where they at. You bring a plant home, you like, what y'all be doing up in here? Like, I don't know, y'all. That's what the plant be thinking. So it's normal. So don't stress about it, okay? And my last thing I want to share with you is if you're not sure about a plant, or if you're doing something wrong or just isn't sure, the number one thing is to ask. Social media has a large plant community. Instagram, large plant community. Facebook has a lot of plant groups, houseplant groups. So ask around, ask. Post a picture on social media and say, what's up with this plant? Can somebody help me? Somebody will help you. You know, it's a lot of support out here for you new beginners, you know. So I just want to wish you the best of luck on your plant journey. Plants are beautiful. You're going to definitely establish a relationship with them because, you know, you look forward to coming home and seeing them if they have new sprouts or new leaves or whatever. They just really are therapeutic as well. It just really changes the environment of your home. Go green, honey. It's just a great experience. I love plants. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, don't forget to hit me up or email me. All of that stuff will be in the description box below. I wish you guys the best of luck and stay tuned for the next video. See you later.